We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu drinking his coffee. Maybe not. And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 160 for February 27th, 2023. And our feature topic is our best lunch entree at any restaurant. And this is a continuation of last week where we talked breakfast. Today, lunch. Can you guess what we're going to talk about next week? Maybe dinner?
I don't know. I think we're going to skip straight to dessert.
Well, you're wrong. We're going to talk dinner next week, dessert the week after.
All right.
All right.
I like that face. That was cute.
But in the meantime, first, we have some cheddar from the big cheese. And Brenda is going to start us off.
Yes, and if you are listening to this and you're not watching it on YouTube, you need to get to YouTube right away to see the face that Mike just made because it was just awesome. But we're going to get ready for another important detail in our news this morning, and that is that those that love Narcoossee's at Grand Floridian Resort and Spa will be excited to know that it is reopening on April 1st. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. It's reopening on April 1st.
What's a narcoossee?
Narcoossee's is a super high expensive restaurant at the Grand Floridian.
Oh.
Has great seafood, but I can't eat it anymore, so I don't miss it.
There you go. And when we were going from Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom for the party and we took the boat, we walked by where the restaurant is, where they were working on it. And that's where it was. Remember seeing all the things inside?
I remember now.
That's where it is, Sophie.
It's got a great view.
And so obviously that was December. So obviously they've made good progress that it's going to be opening soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will be honest. If I did not know that the wedding pavilion had white roofs at Disney's Grand Floridian, I would have assumed that Narcoossee's was the wedding pavilion. That's what I
can understand that.
Yeah, I can see that because they're kind of similar in their roundness, and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we've never eaten there either. I've never eaten there. So one day maybe.
Yep.
So.
All right. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, then. Well, I have some very exciting news. Starting June 1st, Disney After Hours will be coming to Epcot. Remember, this is a special ticket event and gives guests an additional 3 hours in the parks with low wait times, complimentary treats, including ice cream and soft drinks, and the admission to the park begins at 7 p.m.
Yes, and Mike, I know you can get some popcorn with your soda over there.
Mm-hmm. I'm certain of that. Mm-hmm. Is it worth the cost, though?
Now that I don't know because you didn't tell me the price.
Yeah, well, the price varies anywhere $129 to $139 a person.
Oh.
So you're paying. So if you buy one, make sure you chow down on all the snacks you can, multiple times. Make it worth that investment of your dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And maybe, sneak some home.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And switching gears a little bit, heading over to Universal, the roller coaster Velocicoaster has recently been added to the Express Pass. Now,
that's a huge deal.
That is a huge deal because Velocicoaster is after the Jurassic Park movie / world / whatever. But having Express Pass, and that is just one more reason to consider if you're staying at Universal, consider staying at a premier hotel because then you get the unlimited express pass included as part of your hotel stay. So that can be a big deal because that can be an expensive purchase if you buy it separately.
Very expensive, and thrill seekers love Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
Chickens don't go near it, but thrill seekers love Velocicoaster.
Yeah. So
Have
that
fun.
is a huge thing. But that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And now it is time to move on to our feature topic, best lunch entree at any restaurant. And Sophie has the wheel. She's driving us first.
Yay.
So I hope you're ready.
Okay. So I will be honest. When I was thinking about this, and for those of you who are listening, this is for you because my fabulous co-stars here already know what I said. So I was talking with the backstage manager, who is my mother, about this specific topic, and she
I
gave
like
me
that. The
4.
backstage manager.
Yes, because she is. Well, she gave me her top 4, so it got me thinking, why can't I have 4? And then I was like, wait, because we said I could only have 1. So now I'm in a dilemma. I cannot choose.
Well, choose. Can you choose 2? 3?
I can choose 2.
Choose 2 then.
Okay, then.
You know, it's your show too. There's no wrong answers at Disney. If you
You're
wanted to
right.
come up with a list of 6 favorite entrees,
Absolutely not.
go for it.
All right, then. Well, here are my 2, because these are the ones that I could not choose between. And they are in 2 different parks. You have one in Hollywood Studios, actually, and you have one in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with my first thought, which was the Magic Kingdom one, and that's Casey's Corner, actually.
Casey's Corner.
Yes.
Now,
I,
what do you like there?
I like their hot dogs and I like their fries.
Okay.
And you will all think me to be really weird because I actually do not like anything on my hot dogs. I am a plain Jane kind of girl. And
Mhm.
on top of that, I was raised up in North Carolina on something called a red hot dog. My dad thinks I'm crazy. My mom, well, she understands. The thing about Casey's Corner, though, is that they have beef hot dogs. So if I'm saying that it's my favorite, because I don't like beef hot dogs, but I love Casey's Corner, then you know that means it's good. There is something in there
There
that
you
makes
go.
it good.
There you go.
Yep.
You're right, Sophie. It
Yeah,
is good. It is good. That is a good choice.
yes.
Do you want to save your other one and come back to it, or do you want to tell it now?
I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now so that you guys can talk more about yours. And of course, the one in Hollywood Studios is actually Rosie's All-American Cafe. It's on Sunset Boulevard as you're going towards Tower of Terror. And I like their chicken tenders there and their fries. Disney fries are very good.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I
Very
had
good.
to choose between Disney and McDonald's, it would be a hard choice because the fries are exactly the same.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Well,
Very
So
good.
good
there's mine.
choices. Very good, Sophie.
Mhm.
Now I'm hungry again.
Sorry.
We're always hungry on this show.
Oh no, we can't get enough Disney food on this. Everything tastes better at Disney.
It does.
It does. It just does.
Yep.
It's simple as that.
Yep.
So what do you have, Brenda? You're next.
Well, I followed my normal lead, and usually when we're at Disney, we eat quick service for lunch and then we eat table service for dinner. So I went with that and chose an entree that's a quick service entree, and This one is a relatively new quick service entree, and I was very surprised by it, which is actually why I chose it, because quick service is usually pretty generic. I mean, you get a burger, you get chicken nugget. I mean, you get those everywhere. But if you go to the Connections Eatery at Epcot, they have a General Tso's chicken salad that is just delicious. I was just so surprised by how great this salad was. And I'm going to tell you what's in it. There's petite kale blend, broccoli slaw, red bell pepper, mandarin oranges, edamame, crispy wontons, warm fried chicken, and General Tso's dressing. And it is just really, really good. Good enough for me to choose it as my favorite entree for lunch. So
yeah,
if you're a salad kind of person, I would definitely put it on your list to try.
okay. Well,
It's really good.
That's a big deal.
Also, I have to say over there that the chicken nuggets there are different from other locations. I don't know how, because I didn't have them, but my granddaughters they said they were really good. So I don't know, worth a try.
Good. I was so impressed with Connections Eatery.
Me too.
It is not my list, but I'll tell you, the flatbread I had, the pizza there was really good, and that's a further episode down the road a little bit. We're gonna narrow down and pick our best pizza. Where we get the best pizza at Disney, and but that's down the road. Because I think I see a trend of some foodie episodes. We've been kind of neglecting. We've been kind of neglecting the food.
Yeah, that cannot be happening, people.
But yeah, it cannot. But Connections Eatery was on Cindy's list, and so was Rosie's was on Cindy's list, and she and I are we're very similar when it comes to what we like and things like that. And one of my options that I really like, and I'm going to give two also, because why not, right? But when we were at Epcot one time, we ate at the Regal Eagle, and it was our first time eating there, and I gotta tell you, I really liked the pork ribs. They were so good. I don't know what it was, but I just liked it. They're dry rubbed. They're slow smoked. You get garlic toast. You get your choice aside, and I'm just reading right off the menu. But but they're so good. But you know what else I like? Anyone that, if you get to know me a little bit, you'll know that I am a baked bean aficionado. Okay.
Yes.
And Sophie will tell you, it's not always a good thing that I like my baked beans.
It's not a good thing when I'm involved in it, but because I cannot stand baked beans.
Yeah. Well, they have baked beans with burnt ends that are pretty good as a side, so maybe consider that. They also have mac and cheese, worth considering. One thing I haven't had yet is the beer battered onion rings, but that's the Regal Eagle. There's a lot of things to eat at the Regal Eagle that I really like. So
their watermelon, my mom and I, we had watermelon, the backstage manager and I. They have some of the juiciest, pinkest, reddest, most amazing watermelon chunks ever.
Wow.
It is so yummy. Wow. You could practically, when you eat the watermelon that they serve you, it's practically like you're getting another bottle of water. It is that juicy.
Yeah.
And that cold. It's nice.
Yeah. That's good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's amazing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it amazing how you can think of something, think of something you ate wherever it was, whatever it was, snack, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, and immediately the memory of that snack, it's like you've just transported right back to that moment in time. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yep.
So, but anyway, one other option that I really enjoy, and you know, these options for mine, they tend to change some. Depends on how long ago it was since I've eaten there and things like that, as to whether or not it gets back into the front of my mind. But for whatever reason, both of these options for me were barbecue places, and that's not necessarily saying I'm like just barbecue.
I can tell where you're going.
You can tell where I'm going. Where am I going?
Animal Kingdom.
You know it. You're right. I am going to barbecue at Animal Kingdom, and I am going to enjoy the Flame Tree Barbecue.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
That
know?
is what my mom said too. That's what the manager said.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
Now I am not having the baked mac and cheese with pulled pork, although might be worth trying.
That's really good. Over there at Eight Spoons,
Brenda
even
talked
it's
about
cheaper.
that before,
Yes, it's
about how good
delicious.
that is. Um, I was thinking about the pulled pork sandwich. I
Mm,
love pulled pork, so
so good.
listen to this: smoked pulled pork sandwich topped with coleslaw. I like coleslaw only on my barbecue sandwiches. I don't like it as a side to eat with a fork. I like it on a sandwich. And served with, Sophie, guess what it's served with?
What?
Beans.
Baked beans. Not just baked beans, signature baked beans.
Mm, and they're good.
But yeah, I mean that's just something, I don't know why. I'll tell you, there is a place in Raleigh, and it's so funny because we used to drive like 10 miles to get to this restaurant. And then they opened one right by our house, 2 miles away. Sophie
Oh,
knows what I'm
wow.
talking about. Barbecue,
City barbecue.
barbecue in North Carolina. They have a lot of different styles. They have pulled pork, they got brisket, they got chicken. A half chicken is the size as your laptop practically. Um, and they
And
have
they,
all the different sauces that go with it,
yep, and they all cook it in these three smokers. And because it's right next to our local hospital, the three
which is
smokers are named
funny.
after the biggest hospitals in the state. We have Wake, Duke, and Rex.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's so funny because the people that work at Rex literally can walk down the street to the barbecue place to get the cholesterol food.
There you go.
And
We have
it's
a lot of
good.
barbecue here in Texas too. A lot of barbecue
Yeah. But
and crawfish.
yeah. So City Barbecue has really good food, but that's not what we're talking about because we're not talking about Chili's. We're talking about Disney. And so Flame Tree has gotten into my head a little bit because we haven't eaten there in a while. Regal Eagle, we've only eaten there once or twice because it's fairly new. So both of those are ones that I would consider. Now, I'm like Sophie though. I love a good hot dog,
Hmm.
and both Rosie's and Casey's have great hot dogs. They are so big though that whenever I get a hot dog, I have to split it in half to share with Cindy.
Yep.
They are so big. Um, so that they also have Casey's also has, if you like corn dogs, they have corn dog nuggets, which are just little corn dogs, and you can get them with cheese or without cheese. The cheese didn't do a whole lot, so if you just dip them in ketchup, you'd be good. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So my favorites for this episode are Regal Eagle and Flame Tree and a barbecue, whether it's ribs, pulled pork, something along those lines, and obviously the beans. So there you go.
There you have it.
So,
Mhm.
but I think it's fun because not only is it, um, for me anyway, it's an always revolving thing. What's my favorite? Today it's this. Tomorrow it might be something entirely different, and that's just the way it is for me. So it's hard to come up with one favorite. So I think that's what makes it fun, though, is that there's so many great restaurants at Disney that
Yeah.
you can find a new favorite every trip and not have that favorite for 5 years and
Yeah.
then come back to it, because
When
there's
you
so many options.
when you mentioned the flame tree, I realized that I had completely forgotten about the Yak and Yeti.
Oh yeah, yeah, the
I had
Yak and Yeti.
completely forgotten about it. Why would I put, no offense to Hollywood Studios, but why would I put Rosie's above the egg rolls at the Yak and Yeti? I love the Yak and Yeti. Of
Hmm.
course, maybe you and Mommy don't always love it, but I do.
Well, I like the Yak and Yeti. I like I like going to the quick service side of the Yak and Yeti and get the
Yeah.
fried rice. I
Mhm.
don't even need to worry about making the table service reservation. I'll just do quick service and get the fried rice, you know? So, so yeah, I like the Yak and Yeti too, Sophie.
Yeah. We
But
don't
that's the
like
whole
the
thing.
lines though.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Um the options are almost endless, you know?
Yep.
So
That's
so
true.
there's so many different things to try out. So question is, what are your favorites? That's what we want to know. What are your favorites? I actually had a quick bit of listener feedback um, from our buddy Lee, who talked about um, when we were talking about breakfast entrees. He
Mhm.
talked about when he would stay at Fort Wilderness, and he left this comment on the YouTube channel. So if you watch us on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, hit the like, leave us a comment. Um, but he said that he would go to Trails End and he would get a cinnamon roll. The cast member was kind enough to warm it up. He would buy a large coffee. He would sit in the rocking chairs on the front porch and drink his coffee and eat his cinnamon roll. And that's how he started his day.
That's the
That
life, Lee Beatons. I want to do that.
that is the life, isn't it?
I want to
Wow.
do it.
I'm like, talk about a relaxing. You could just visualize it. It's just so
Yes.
relaxing
Sounds
sounding.
heavenly.
Oh,
Yeah,
I want to go to Disney.
yeah. So, so anyway, so there you go.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So everyone else, feel free to leave us a comment and let us know what your favorites are. Um, I actually have one more, but I forgot to copy it down. So let me go find it real quick. Um, hang on one second. While I'm looking this up, Grogu's going to tell us a joke.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't have to tell us a joke.
No, he's got a good one.
Okay.
Why did the chicken cross the road, he asks.
To get to the other
Why?
side.
Because she lives on a farm where she lays eggs, and if she stops laying eggs, then the farmer and his wife will eat her. So why did the chicken go to the grocery store?
To get the eggs.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Now, on thank you, Sophie. That
Yep,
is the real reason of why the chicken crossed the road.
that's it.
Because we told that joke. I told that joke, texted it into the Monsters Inc. laugh floor,
Mm-hmm.
and they announced it, and no one got it except me. I was laughing hysterically because they used
Oh.
our joke. And I said, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" And I said, "To get away from KFC." Get it?
Get it?
Yeah.
But you're still
Yes.
not laughing. It's a good joke.
I'm
It's
sorry.
funny.
Ah!
Anyway, um,
Was a
talking
good joke.
breakfast last week.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy, this is friend of the podcast, Cindy, who had been talked with us about different things about the show.
Uh-huh.
She said that she loved the tiramisu French toast
God, that sounds
at
good.
Trattoria Al Forno.
Sounds
Ooh.
delicious.
And I've never had it, but it does sound good. So that's on our list. Sometime we got to go eat over there,
Yeah, it's really
Mm-hmm.
good.
But
Had
that
other things
sounds
over there.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. Thank you, Cindy.
So anyway, so that was a comment we had from last week. Now I'm done stretching. It's time to move on. And do we have anything else to add to our feature topic, ladies?
No, I don't think so.
Can't think of anything.
Okay, then it is time for this day in Disney history for February 27th. So, Sophie, take it away.
All right. Well, I have 2 bits of Disney history,
Cool.
and they take place back to back in different years. The first one is in 1941, the second is in 1942. So, February 27th, 1941. When You Wish Upon a Star is written by Leigh Harline and Ned Washington from Disney's Pinocchio. It was rewarded an Oscar for Best Song at the 13th Academy Awards.
Wow.
Le-
Nice.
yep. Leigh Harline, Paul J. Smith, and Ned Washington also take home Oscar for Best Music Original Score for their work in Pinocchio as well. This is the first year that sealed envelopes are used to keep secret the names of the winners, which leads to the now famous phrase, "May I have the envelope, please?"
Nice.
Nice.
And then, the very next year in 1942, Daily Variety runs the story, Walt Disney Weeps as He Gets an Oscar. At the night before, February 26, 1942, the Academy Awards, Walt was given the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award. He found it difficult to speak and was only able to say with great emotion, "I want to thank everybody here. This is a vote of confidence for the whole industry."
Wow.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So that's what I have.
Thank you,
That was
Sophie.
great.
Good
Thank
history.
you.
It's amazing. 1941 was the 13th Academy Awards.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And it feels like it would have been like 100 years even then. Of course, it wouldn't have been, but it feels like it.
They sure have changed a lot since then.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have. Well, it is time
Uh-oh.
to attempt to stump the Soph.
Dun dun dun.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
Let's see it. Bring it, is what she's saying.
Uh-huh.
Bring it. Come on.
Bring it.
Bring it. This character is a good old boy with a big heart.
Is it a dog?
No,
Hmm.
this character is another character's best friend, but also his biggest fan.
You said it wasn't a dog.
It's not a dog.
Ooh.
Is it a bear?
No.
Dang.
This character sometimes seems a bit dim-witted, but he will find himself offering surprisingly wise advice to his friends.
Is it that hamster from Bolt?
No, but that's a real good guess. I gotta look him up and maybe use him next week.
Hmm.
This character um, has a saying that he uses in a movie, and the saying is, "He's gonna get you." Does that help? You got to say it in a kind of a southern tone.
Mater.
There you go.
Yes, the answer is Mater.
Oh, I'm getting into a rut, I think. That was hard.
There you got it though.
Yeah, I know, but ooh.
Yeah,
You got it, girl.
because I had to
Hey,
change that.
Sophie.
I couldn't say good old car with a big heart, because
Oh,
then you're already looking at one specific movie. Um, but yeah, he's Lightning McQueen's best friend, but also his biggest fan. So,
Nice.
and
Very
he
good.
does seem slow.
nice.
He seems dim-witted, but some of his advice is really good. So, yep, Mater
Yay.
cars.
Very good, Sophie.
Thank you.
Bravo.
So,
Ooh.
She hung in there and didn't give up. Persistence pays off again.
yep, yep.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that leads us to a little bit of Walt.
Little bit of Walt is short and sweet this week.
Okay.
First
Okay.
think, second believe, third dream, and finally dare.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the key.
That's short enough to memorize.
It is.
Yeah.
But you know how many people think about something and believe they can do it and dream about it, but don't make the final plunge and actually attempt it,
Yeah, and look at what he attempted first, everything. First this, first that, first.
Yeah.
I mean, really, goodness gracious. Most
Yeah.
people don't have it in them. He did.
Yeah. Yeah. So good quote. Thank you, Brenda, for
You're
sharing
welcome.
that.
Thank you,
That's a
Walt.
good
Yes,
one.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, my friends, that wraps us up. This was kind of a short one. Next week, we are going to continue our look at dining, and we're going to be looking at the best dinner entree at any restaurant. Period. Not adding stupid jokes. Mike's not going there.
Nope.
He's not going to mention any of these non-Disney restaurants that he likes to throw out there.
Mm-hmm. That's completely
just to hear
right.
himself talk. So he'll just hear himself talk regardless. And
Yeah,
call it
well,
good.
first things first, buckle up, everybody, because I think it's time we all say we will see you on the road.
well, no, not yet. Not yet.
When?
Not yet.
Why
Not
not?
yet. Because I haven't said, that's Sophie. She's Brenda. That's Grogu. And we hope you all have a great week. And we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.